Headlines sponsored by Ram Trucks, built to serve. New era of Chicago Bears football's begun after drafting who some people call Mahomes 2.0. Again, 2.0 doesn't mean better, it just means updated. Caleb Williams. And who some people are calling
updated
AJ Green 2.0, Rome Odunze. Here's Odunze on their potential. Take a listen.
With Caleb throwing the ball, there's so many different avenues of the offense that we can explore, especially with the wide receiver core with such versatile receivers. There's no limit to what we can do. So, I'm super excited to dive into the playbook and unlock the master plan that they're going to have for us.
All right, Greg, start with you. Is there any chance, barring injury, take injury out of it, that the Bears underachieve this year, in your opinion?
No.
Yeah.
There's no chance.
So what does that mean? Playoffs?
This team, they can make the playoffs.
Win at least nine, but as long as if they win,
they will be in position to make the playoffs.
Yeah.
Based off of what I saw last year, the moves that they made with getting Sweat and then their defense and the trajectory that their defense or the jump that their defense made, offensively they could never really get into a rhythm and get going. However, when you insert Caleb, assuming no injuries, you got to believe he's going to be able to get those guys the ball. You got Keenan Allen, you got Cole Kmet, you got DeAndre Swift in the backfield. You obviously got DJ Moore. Rome Odunze, a guy who he's coming in with, which I love that they paired a quarterback and receiver so they can grow together. They're going to come in believing in one another and wanting to make sure that each other thrive. And he's coming in with something to prove. I know he's drafted 1 overall, but when you ship out a quarterback that you drafted in the first round and you tell your entire fan base, nope, this is our savior. He's coming in and you have everyone kind of doubting and questioning, well, are you really going to do that to this guy and what have you? He's going to come in to prove that they are right and to make sure that he changes everything about what the Chicago Bears have been.
Brew, before you go, can I say your first sentence for you? I like Caleb, but now go ahead.
That was going to be in there.
Okay, I knew it was going to be in there. Go ahead.
I'm saying this to the Chicago Bears and you too.
Okay.
Do less. Do less. Say less. All right, we got the quarterback talking about immortality. Talking about chasing Tom Brady. We got the receiver talking about there's no limit. Really?
Yeah.
Do less. Yes, there is a possibility, and I do like Caleb, but there is a possibility that they underachieve, Greg. This is all on Caleb. It might not be fair, but when you're the number 1 pick and you're the prodigy from college onward, if not high school, this is what it is. They have everything else. I agree. The defense obviously looked good at the end of last season. You got a heck of a receiving core. You got DeAndre Swift as a running back. The line's not bad. It's on Caleb, and I think there are going to be some growing pains. I think it's easier for a quarterback that steps in that is kind of a on-platform guy than an off-platform guy to step right into the NFL. And I think when you look at, I think growing pains are coming, and then that division. Is Detroit going somewhere?
No, but I don't think
is Green Bay going somewhere?
Thing about
and Minnesota is much like the Bears, right? Where they got some pieces.
So here's why the division doesn't concern me as much as does you. I do think that Detroit's very good, and I think Green Bay could be very good because of their offenses. I don't think there is a top 12 defense in the division. I don't think Detroit's an excellent defense. I don't think Green Bay's an excellent defense. I know Minnesota's not. And I don't think Caleb needs to be great for this team to win 10 games. I think if Caleb has the 14th best season of starting quarterbacks, this is a double-digit win team because of the weapons around him. And we can show you real quick, Greg. DJ Moore and Keenan Allen last year.
Yes.
So now assume Keenan's going to go down because he's getting older, but now you also add in Rome Odunze to that. And DJ was doing that with Justin Fields playing quarterback with respect to Justin.
And what we're forgetting is last year this team was second in rushing offense.
Yeah.
Like that's the quarterback's best friend. To be able to turn around
some of
and
that
run
was
yards with Justin Fields.
yes.
I totally understand that. But Caleb can get out and scramble. He's not Justin Fields, but they're going to run the ball. I like
Listen,
to
I'm
see
just
it.
y'all saying there's no possibility. of them
What I'm
underachieving.
saying is, and I probably should have said this at the beginning, I think there is a better chance the Bears are playing in the conference championship game than the Bears are bad. I think that there is a better, because I look around the NFC, I think there is a better chance that the Bears have an excellent year where we're like, oh my God, what are they doing? Versus the Bears like, oh, they're 5-12, what happened? I really feel that way. I'm really high on the Bears right now. It was high on
Who was
Caleb
the last
Watt,
rookie to make the conference championship?
Brock Purdy for Wild's Weird and Wonderful, but he's not here, so I'll do it. SGA turned heads pregame.
That's fresh.
Peculiar fit.
It's new.
You like that, bro?
Yeah, I mean that's
I
the
do
new
not.
thing.
I do.
Bell bottom.
It looks
don't
like
like that?
it looks like the shade of mud that Joe
definitely
Pesci
mud.
fell in
Nah,
and
that's a
My
good
Cousin
look.
Vinny, and then
The color is mud,
Yeah.
but it looks fresh.
Wonderful.
I wouldn't do the gloves. But.
Josh Giddey
Yeah.
lobs it up for Chet, who finishes with the and one. Obviously, Thunder would go on for a big win. Wild's guy, Chet.
Imagine what people be saying about Chet if it weren't for Wemby. He was Wemby before. Wemby just does everything he does at a better level. And that's not ripping Chet. I think Chet is.
Chet's a better shooter. Chet's a better shooter right now. Maybe Wemby will be one day. Chet's a better shooter. Wonderful. Derrick Jones Jr. flies in, putback slam. Great call on this by Ian Eagle, by the way, on the broadcast. This was one of the few Mavs highlights for them.
Well, Jones, that's what he does.
Oh, yeah.
He's a
dunk contest guy.
yeah.
Who you got in this series, Greg?
OKC.
Oh, man.
Now, did you have them yesterday at this time?
Yes, I did.
All right,
It's
lastly,
easy to come in here
wonderful.
after game one and
SGA
sound
pushes
all
it,
strong.
hangs, gets it in over two
This
defenders.
was nice.
Now, if you do that 30 years ago in a red jersey, it's going to be in highlight film for the rest of your life.
See?
This one, it barely made
You mean
the show.
if you do it 10
I'm
times
just
a
saying,
game?
I'm just saying.
If you do it 5 times a game,
I'm
let me
just
be
saying,
realistic.
all right,
Come on.
moving on. Austin Rivers was on the Pat McAfee show yesterday, made some NFL players pretty mad, and also invoked an unbelievable rant by Chris Long. Shout out to him. It was great on his podcast. Here's what he said. I can take 30 players right now in the NBA and throw them in the NFL. You cannot take 30 NFL players and put them in the NBA. All right, let's talk about the first part of that statement. I can take 30 players in the NBA and put them in the NFL. I think he almost has a point. Where do you stand,
You look
Greg?
ticked off.
I'm not ticked off
That face looked like
at
you were
this
upset.
part because he does have a point. Like, I could see some guys in the NBA right now being able to play in the NFL game. How long they last, and if they can play for an entire season, obviously changing their body, that all matters. But if we were to take them as they are, the shape that they're in, the physical abilities that they currently have, there's a few guys. There's a handful
Let me
of guys
add this
that
to
can
what
do
you
it.
said. I agree. I think 30's high.
30's too
30
high.
I think
30's way too high.
between 5 and 10.
I made a list, and I even gave him
okay,
positions.
I did, okay.
I made a list and I gave him positions. Can we see
Yeah,
so
'cause
we can
I
show
did
if we
throw
can
a few
show
names up.
Jalen Brown? I put at defensive end because that's what Chris Long said. Anthony Edwards and Lynn play running back or safety. Aaron Gordon's going to be a Jimmy Graham style tight end. Josh Hart with his rebounding and toughness, and I was like, you know what? You can be a wide
got him
receiver
in
3. LeBron, defensive end or tight end, younger LeBron, not age 39 LeBron.
for sure.
Russell Westbrook, running back or safety, and I'm not being a jerk here.
Yeah, you
I
are.
mean this about Zion. I think Zion, with his feet, if he put on weight, Zion.
Well, that wouldn't be a problem.
Right. Well, he's 6'6", a crazy athlete, nimble feet,
Yeah,
Jason
absolutely.
Peters style.
He could definitely be an offensive tackle. I think he could be a tight end.
I was going to say
sure,
tight
he's
end.
gonna
I
have
think
to,
you saw
tight end, he might have to, I guess, maybe lose a little weight. Offensive tackle, maybe gain a little weight. But those are the 7 I came
Well,
up with.
I'm going to give you a couple more. I
Okay.
agree with those. Gordon, 6'10".
Oh,
that's tough.
Oh, so I
'Cause
didn't
think you
he was
getting
a
hit
true,
up
I
in
agree
here.
with you if
so
he's
I
a
think
true
6'10"
6'10". I thought he was closer to 6'8.5". Okay.
Oh, if he's
6'10's too tall. You can cross him off.
I'm going to throw in, I have no idea if these dudes ever played for Donovan Mitchell and Jalen Brunson. They're built a little bit. They're 6'1", which doesn't seem big in basketball, but in football, could they be a defensive back? A safety?
Again, I'm not. I understand the professional athlete mentality.
Yeah.
So they're all going to say, yeah, I can do that. Now, respectfully, do I feel like I could play in my time? Do I feel like I could have played in the NBA? Absolutely. But out of respect of what those guys do, I would have to say,
They got some highlights.
Hey, let me tell you about
y'all,
this
get
kid
ready.
right here.
He ain't passing.
Hey, no.
He ain't passing.
No, neither was Kobe. Neither was Kobe, but he was getting buckets. Look, it's a straight bucket getter. If you want a bucket, put
So
me in.
can
Coach.
I ask you a question then on this before we move on? I think there are more guys I think there are a handful of guys in the NBA, just a handful, who could go to the NFL after, call it, a year of training and be excellent. And be like, you know what I mean? I think Anthony Edwards could be excellent. I think LeBron in his peak could have been excellent.